see who's open, who's up this morning. It's not morning, God, it's noon already. I'm out walking Washington, D.C. down by the river, Potomac River. Yeah, that's the Potomac down on the base of Georgetown, which is a little community within Washington, D.C., about a mile or so from the White House. And I don't know, this area here is full of restaurants and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, nighttime stuff. But what I'm talking about, with a lot of people on Let's Go Help, they think that there's only a way to get, all you need is an application, you fill it out, and you wait for the money, and you get it, and you don't. It's more than that. I mean, that may be, that's the easy way. And the easy way certainly happens, but not all the time. And it's sort of like there's easy jobs you get, and then to get a job, it may take a lot of work. And I think that's what we lost in our country now, is most of us are not willing to do the work if it doesn't come easy. And so we sit and do nothing and really don't contribute to the life, don't get as much as we want out of life, because we're looking for the easy stuff. And the easy stuff doesn't happen that often. You got to work at this stuff, man. It may be easy, but probably not for you. It hasn't been for me. It's really learning. And like I've written 100 books and only 10 made money. So I'm wrong 90% of the time. So you think there's a grant somewhere, you think there's something there, and you go and you don't get it, then, oh, God damn it, I knew Let's Go was full of shit. And that wasn't there. And then you give up, and you can't do that. And that's the sin in life, is just giving up. You don't have to be smart. You don't have to have connections. You don't have to have anything but perseverance, man. That's the key ingredient. Sorry, I've been in meetings all day. Look, somebody wrote me a text. I just had to see what it was. If it was, I have a daughter-in-law and a son who's going to have a baby soon. So I'm always waiting there. We're on our way to the hospital. And they live in town, and they already have one boy about 2 years old. That's the first grandchild. And he's fun. I mean, little kids to me are fun because they laugh at anything I do. All you have to do is act crazy and stupid. And I'm so good at that. And kids love it. As you get older, we get trained not to encourage people like me. I've been throwing off so many TV shows for just acting crazy, but I'm having fun, man. That's all. And so it doesn't work out of time. But if I didn't persevere and break through all that stuff, then it's not me, first of all, and I'm not having fun. And it's not fun to do things that you don't have fun doing. And what we do is to try to please everybody else and think it's easy, and this is the way to do things. And I think we're really wrong about most of that stuff. So this is restaurant stuff down here. They have a fountain over there, and ice skating rink in the winter. But it's fun, and that's the key. Getting out and doing things is fun, and if you can make even failing at applying for money is fun, because you learn that way, man. You learn. It's sort of like getting up and you think you know how to hit a fastball, and you get up and you swing and a miss, swing. Oh shit! I thought that was easy. It's easy to be a critic. It's easy to tell somebody else how to do it, but it's hard. Life is hard, and it's for the people who are going to hang in there and try to do it. They're the people who are going to get it. So the same way with getting money to do something. If you have debt up to your ass and bills to pay and can't get out of that, well, you just can't go look for the magic formula to fill something out, because that changes too quickly. Programs come and go almost every day now. You can't do that, and you can't know it enough, and you can't use Google, because Google is just there for people to sell you things. So if you have troubles, you go Google, tell them your troubles, and you'll have 1 million people who solve your troubles as long as you give them money. And the problem with that is they may or not solve your problems. But the real thing you have to know is there are organizations and people that will help you solve those problems for free. And they know where the best programs are. And it's not one place. You have to go a bunch of places and talk to other people. And that's what I do on Let's Go Help. And I got 2 things. Let'sGoHelp.com, that shows you all the people where you live that give free help for you to get out of debt or start a business or buy a house, whatever you want to do. And but you don't have to give me money. I have another place called Let'sGoHelpFree.com. letsgohelpfree.com. You could download a report that will tell you all the organizations where you live, and that will, that's the way to start. And see, when you go to those organizations, you don't call and you're looking for a grant, because these are people that are getting paid by government or nonprofit organizations to help solve your problem. So that's right. We have people out there that we as a community, through the government and nonprofit organizations, that want to help people with their financial problems and don't want to charge you for them. See? And because they don't charge you, Google won't show you them, because they can't make money from these people. They don't buy ads. So you have to know where they are and do it. And that's what we really do. So that's why that letsgohelpfree.com, go there. That gets you started on any subject you want. You just download the reports. There's a whole bunch of reports for free. Gives you the phone numbers and training and whatever to get the help you need. Now, here's the real thing, though. You have to do is, when you get these reports, you have to call. The best way to get information is calling people. So the people I send you to will be people who are in the business to solve your problem. Okay, that's right. They're getting grants. They get paid no matter what you do to do this, okay? And to help you. So I show you the people that you have to call, because the reason why, sure, I know you want a grant, you want to fill out the application. A lot of these people don't even have grants, but they help people like you solve that problem. They know where the best sources are, okay? Now, everyone doesn't, so it's like anybody else. They may have one or two sources or one or two tricks, but then you call the next person. Then you call the next person. It's like looking for a job. You're not going to call one company that's hiring, and if they say, oh, we're not hiring today, or you have too big of a nose for us to hire you, or whatever the hell the excuse is, they don't want you to work for them. Then you call the next one. And that's what you have to do over and over again. You want to get free dental care. We're helping some people who really have dental problems, and you go to Google to find free dental care, and you're just going to get all the same stuff of dentists who know how to market, particularly on the internet, and get you money and a free checkup or something. And it's still going to cost you $5,000-$10,000 for a procedure. But how do you find the people that don't charge that got money to provide you the dental care or to provide you the home repair or whatever? That's it. And because they're buried and don't advertise, a lot of people don't know about it. Very few do. So that's why you have to start finding the people who most likely know this. In other words, if you want to fix your toilet, you don't want to talk to somebody who's never fixed a toilet before, right? So you want to find people who fix 200 toilets, and they know, the best way to get an answer, the best way to fix your toilet. And that's what it is, finding people who solve your problem over and over again, and what they've learned by solving hundreds of cases of people like you, and not just your neighbor, not just somebody who's selling something on the internet like me. You want to talk to people. And see, because most of these programs now are local. So most of the programs that really help you come from local organizations, local nonprofits, not Washington. When you're getting money, you're not really, even though Washington gives out the money, you're not applying to Washington. Most of the programs, they give money to counties, to states, to cities, to local nonprofit organizations, and stuff like that. So it's a little complicated, and I've been studying for 40 years, and I still haven't figured it out, because they keep changing the rules every day. And it's an octopus of stuff. So that's why people become more important. Because if you're just relying on the internet just, is there to sell you stuff. And the people who are trying to sell you stuff have figured that out. And they spend 24 hours a day trying to figure out what you're going to give them money if they say. What do they have to say? Sorry, guys. What do they have to say in order for you to part with your money? The people I show you don't want your money. They can't take it even if you wanted to. because they're giving everything for free. So that's what I want to show people too. That's what I want everybody to know in this country. And that's why I don't think I should be charging for my service. I think it should be free, but I got to eat. People that help me, they like eating too. Every day. These people want to eat every day. I can't believe it. Yeah. And so that's why we only charge $20, because I would love to have it free. And then if we have profits, we give it back to members. Like this month, we're going to give out $40,000 back to members, and $1,000 at $500. And it's the easiest grant to apply to. All you have to do is tell us how you would spend $1,000. That's all you have to do. There's not an easier grant on the internet. You tell us how you spend $1,000. You have to be a member, though. That's why we give it only back to members who gave us, the subscription, the $20 to provide the service. So if we're profitable, instead of buying yachts or whatever that most businesses do, we give it back to members, because they're the ones that make all this happen. Without them, it's nothing. And also what I found in the members are more important almost than us on Let's Go Help. Because they help. They say, hey, I did it this way. This is what I have. See, we're not applying every day like you are or whatever, or searching what's local in your area. The members do that, and that's why they're very kind and nice and sharing what they found and what they learned that you could also use. And that, to me, is golden. Nothing better than that. But again, a lot of people don't have $20, and so that's why you could get going with a lot of places and almost anything that you have a problem with, realizing that so that you keep going. If you want to pay money and get options, fine. What I do is show you how to not to pay money to get options, because you may have to go through a lot of options to solve your problem. And if you're spending money on them, that's crazy. You'll be broke and get another lousy job you hate. And that's the same thing with starting a business. You start a business, be prepared. And most of the things you think will work will not work. But that's the only way you could find out what will work, is by doing the crazy ass things you thought everybody wanted and they didn't. But that leads you, that builds you to what you should have done the first time, but we're not smart enough to do it. None of us are. I mean, every business I started, 5, 6 businesses. First 2 or 3 failed. Then as soon as I stopped starting with money, I thought I needed money to start a business. And after 2 failures, I started a business with no money. And they're the ones that took off eventually, because I wasn't, I didn't waste money. Because if I started money and I had to go through 10 reiterations or 5 or 4, whatever it really took to find out what really works, I'd be out of business. I'd be broke, and so I'd have to get a job. But if I did it without money, man, I could keep going till I found the right ticket. And that's the key to me, and that's what we do, is we show you only places that do not charge you money. So every website, so you could stay in the game and keep finding and keep playing and keep searching without wasting money. Because when you run out of money, then the game's over. And what we do is make sure you don't run out of money. And we don't want you to run out of money. And that's what letsgohelp.com is. That's where you get personal help. letsgohelpfree.com is where you get reports that you could read those, and it guides you through where to start and how to do it. And it's full of, every report has all the websites you need, the contact information, and everything you want. I think what the Let's Go Help $20 thing is just a sense of community that people get. And that may not be for you. And that's how we get encouragement, whatever. We all need help. We all have to figure this out figure this life thing out ourselves. Nobody's going to do it for us because we all have individual lives. We're so different. And that's why somebody says you, this is the 1, 2, 3 things to do. Work for them, but that's it. Not for you. We're too different. It's like a rose telling a petunia how to grow. Yeah, they're all flowers, but this one's growing that way, this one's growing that way, this one's growing that way. So that's why life is trial and error. What works for you? And we get too influenced because we're lazy. I am too. And want to know a secret sauce to everything. And the secret sauce is really what you develop as a secret sauce. That works for you because we're all different. Different talents, different objectives in life and everything. So that's what's cool. And that's what I do, is help you figure out your life for sure, and to do it with all the free help and free money that's available. And then I'll make sure I don't get hit by a car here. Being an old guy, I don't think as fast, I don't act as fast, whatever. That's why I walk and not run anymore. And that only happened about a year or so ago. Otherwise, I don't know, 30, 40 years I was running every day. But at this age, it's not the bones or the muscles or anything. They're all fine. It's just the mind can't keep up with anything going that fast, even like a jog or a run. This stuff happens too much in life and too quickly for my brain to keep up. But let me help you if I can. That's what we're doing. I mean, I've sold millions of books on this subject, and I feel I haven't seen anybody who has more background in this than me. I've won awards. Best reference books of the year award by the Library Association. How do you like that? A couple of New York Times bestsellers. Been on the New York Times bestseller list twice. And talk shows, Larry King, all the old time talk shows. They're not around anymore to do that. That was my free advertising. I found out if you act like an idiot, the camera loves idiots, right? And that will get you a lot of free airtime. So instead of buying commercials, I do talk shows. I was a professional guest for many years. I did Letterman a half a dozen times, probably a dozen, I forget. Larry King, a dozen or so. Oprah a couple of times, like 3, I think. Stuff like that, and getting free advertising. See, there's always a way to do something. Everybody says, oh, you got to pay a lot of money to advertise your product. No, you don't. You can, and the people who sell advertising will convince you that, but you don't. And that's why it's from the heart. What you have to do is from the heart. Somebody wants me to join something. I don't know what that was. So you got to use your heart, because that will keep you in the game. That will keep you trying and trying when things don't work. There are a lot of things that aren't going to work. And if you're planning for success, then you don't get it, and you get things pissed off at the world. You can't get pissed off at the world. The world is the world. You're not going to change it. So you got to figure out how to use it. And figuring out how to use it is through trial and error, because it works differently for all of us. So we got to find out how it works for your way, or you got to find out how it works for your way. And that's what you have to do in life, to do that, and keep doing it, because it keeps changing. They keep changing the goddamn rules. That's why, particularly living so long like me, I'm almost 80, I'm 79, and for the last number of years I've been trying to figure out a new way to do this, and finally, it took me many years to find out, but I want to do it more than anything, and that's the key. That's why I used to wear question mark suits, because I thought asking the right question was the way to get the right answer. Most of us just ask the wrong question, and the answer isn't worthwhile. And now I feel, it's not so much questions, that's important, but your heart. If your heart's not in it, you're not going to stay there long enough to figure out what the right question is. Well, thanks for putting up with me. I enjoy being here, and I just enjoy being here, being alive. That's the important thing. And I enjoy that so much. So thank you. Oh yeah, letsgohelp.com. That's the $20 service. And the other is letsgohelpfree.com. That's a free. You just download your heart away and start working in the morning or tonight. It's only halfway through the day. You got time.